When you're in public and nonprofit work, your success isn't just about what you do inside the office. It's really about how you represent your organization out in the world. We're going to break down why this external game isn't just about good PR. It's about survival, it's about impact, and it's about actually serving the people you're meant to serve.
Hey everyone, and welcome to our fun little study group for PP 5361, Theory and Management of Public Service Organizations. Today, we're jumping into the key readings from Chapter 13 of Managing Human Behavior in Public and Nonprofit Organizations. We're going to unpack the core ideas and give you a really clear, actionable playbook. So let's get right into it.
This quote from Robert O'Neill, it hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the challenge that every modern manager faces. See, there used to be a time where you could just focus on your department, keep your head down, and do the work. But today, that line between just managing and the political world it's basically gone. And like O'Neill says, pretending it's still there is a fast track to getting in some serious trouble. And that idea leads us to the heart of this chapter, the central theme of this whole explainer. The game itself has completely changed. The way public policy and social programs get made and delivered today looks nothing, and I mean nothing, like it did 30 years ago. Think of it like a sport. In the old game, government agencies were pretty much the only players on the field. They made the rules, they ran the plays, and citizens, they were just spectators, sitting up in the stands watching it all happen. But the new game is totally different. The field is packed now. It's this messy, dynamic network of nonprofits, businesses, community groups, and, you guessed it, citizens, who are no longer just watching. They are on the field and they are involved in every single play. So why the big change? Well, to put it simply, our world is just a lot more complex. The old top-down style of government control just can't keep up anymore. If we want to solve today's really big, wicked problems, we need constant interaction and deep involvement from, everybody. This has led to what we now call policy networks, these intricate webs of different people and organizations all focused on solving a specific problem, whether it's transportation or homelessness. Okay, so if the game has changed, what skills do you need to actually play it? Well, let's start with the traditional playbook. Think of these as the foundational skills. They've always been important, but now they're basically just the price of admission. First up, working with legislatures. And I want you to notice the very first point here because it is by far the most important. Build trust and confidence. Everything else on this list, from providing expert advice to answering a quick question, it all flows from that one thing. Your goal is to be seen as a reliable, honest, nonpartisan resource. In this world, trust is literally your most valuable currency.
All right, next up, the media. It is so easy to see reporters as the enemy, right? But it's so much more effective to think of them as potential allies. The trick is to be strategic about it. You need a communications plan. You've got to get your story out there proactively instead of just waiting for a crisis to hit. And above all else, tell the truth and be available. When you build a solid relationship with the media, you're way more likely to get fair and accurate coverage when it really counts.
Okay, so those are the fundamentals. But to really succeed, to really thrive in this new networked world, you're going to need a whole new playbook. Let's dive into what that looks like. Now, the first play in the new book is really a mindset shift. You hear the term customer service thrown around a lot, but it's a little limited for our world. See, a person getting a driver's license isn't just a customer. They're a citizen. In a way, they're your boss. They have a real stake in all government services, not just the one they're using in that moment. So our job isn't just to complete a transaction. It's to listen to the really complex, interconnected needs of citizens, clients, and all our stakeholders. This slide is so helpful because it shows that public participation isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. It's a spectrum. On one end, you might just be informing the public about a decision that's already been made. Move a little further down, and you're gathering input with surveys or town halls. Further still, you're forming a true partnership to solve problems together. And at the far end, you might even delegate power or give citizens full control through something like a referendum. The key is to know where you are on this spectrum and to be intentional about it. And of course, we can't talk about this without talking about technology, which has totally changed the game. These tools aren't just for marketing anymore. Social media allows for real-time, two-way conversations. Blogs let you speak directly to the public, no media filter needed. Wikis can help groups collaborate on incredibly complex projects. All of this tech makes our organizations more transparent, more accessible, and way more responsive than they've ever been before. So this brings us to the ultimate skill, the one that really ties everything else together for the modern manager. It's all about mastering the art of collaboration inside these complex, sprawling networks. Just take a look at this diagram. This is the new reality. A Department of Social Services can't possibly achieve its mission all by itself. It has to work with the legislature, with nonprofits, with universities, other state agencies, local banks. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Success isn't about how well the department runs on the inside anymore. It's how effectively it can manage all these external relationships and act as the central hub of this whole network. So how on earth do you get all these different players, all with their own agendas, to move in the same direction? Well, there's a really powerful framework for this, and it's called collective impact. And this isn't just about friendly cooperation. It's a very structured, disciplined approach to collaboration that's designed to tackle those massive social problems we were talking about. Now, for collective impact to actually work, 5 very specific things have to be in place. First, you need a common agenda that everybody buys into. Second, you all have to agree on how you're going to measure progress. Third, each group's activities have to reinforce what the others are doing. Fourth, communication has to be constant and open. And finally, and this one's crucial, you need a separate backbone organization whose whole job is just to coordinate the entire effort. When you get these 5 things right, incredible things can happen. So, what does all this mean for you? As a manager, or maybe an aspiring leader in this field? Well, it means your fundamental identity, your role on this new playing field, has to change. And this right here, this is the core takeaway of the whole chapter. Your job is shifting. You're moving from being an internal manager to an external mediator. It's becoming less about command and control and so much more about building connections and facilitating collaboration. Your success is going to depend on your ability to bring people together, to negotiate, to find that common ground, and importantly, to lead people you have no formal authority over. Look, this new world of public service is definitely more challenging. There's no doubt about it. But it's also filled with these incredible opportunities to make a real, lasting difference. The old playbook, it's obsolete. So the only question left for us to think about is this. In this new game, what's your next play going to be?